so I need to hold these out and calibrate correctly, and then I can resize the torso to sort of correspond to me. Now, this is the one that actually does head tracking, so if you notice, it's kind of tracking my head. The problem is, with the lighting in here, it's a little finicky. You got a spotlight to try and help with that, but as you can tell from sort of the image itself, it's not real great. So yeah, so just to give you an example of sort of the expressivity that's involved here, we've got the trigger being analog. I can actually slowly grip things if I want to. Not to do direct comparisons, but I will. That's the kind of thing that you can't get in a towel.
Oh no, he did it!
So anyway, you can do different types of animations here. That's sort of a pointer type thing, little animation. You can do big hand. Do a little green animation. And then you can also switch this so that we've got more of a VR rather than an AR, augmented reality type situation. This is what I was talking about, parallax. I was sort of moving around, tracking the head. Sorry. I want to make this as challenging for Carol as possible. It's one of those things that it works really well when you're standing here, when you're not the one standing here doing it. It doesn't seem quite as impressive, but it works really, really well. And then this is more of a fixed camera where the player is actually moving around in the environment rather than the camera moving. So it gives you sort of a feel for the avatar experience. Alright, so that covers all the demos that we have. So yeah, so I think, well, I'll tell you what, I would try the model one. It's really finicky, and I'm not terribly good at it. But it'll give you an idea of sort of what the technology is doing. I have to switch these, for some reason they haven't set up in this demo for somebody who's left-handed. So, bear with me a second while I swap this around. Snaps not too well. Alright, so, you got this giant sausage-looking thing, right? What in the world is that? Well, what it is it's a raw body for you to sculpt with, essentially, right? So what you can do, oops, there we go. So I've got a sculpting tool here. I can actually, we can spin it and use it like a lathe, right? And I can actually pull the shape. Like I said, I'm not really good at it. We can also change the speed based on the trigger, right? We can switch the tool here, and I can actually do, well, let me fix that up a little bit. Actually, I can actually use it a little more like you would expect a lathe tool to work, right? Carve out the shape a little bit. As I said, I'm not real good at this, but you can sort of see what you can do with it. And then if we switch to, say, the sheet, you know, we can sort of create a height field with that if we want to, right, by hand, right? Maybe we can change the tool and do a little bit of pulling. We want to do a little bit of that, pull and push. We can switch to the sword. If we really want to, we can spin the sword, do crazy stuff with it, right? Or we can just shape the sword if we really want to. Just look kind of crazy. So yeah, so there's lots of interesting things you can do with the technology. You can see that it isn't. You can see that this could have some game application, but it also could have some interesting non-game application. Maybe you can do content creation with the tools as well. So those are the types of things you can also think about. All right, so I think that was the last demo that I really got. So why don't we go ahead and do some Q&A.